There
There
we
we
go.
go. Great.
Well, let's get started. Welcome to our very first chit chat with our members. I'm super excited today to be able to introduce everybody to Mark. I've been on this platform for almost 3 weeks, and Mark and I were just saying about there has never been a platform that really enables people to connect so quickly, to really rub shoulders and, meet face to face and really hear each other's hearts and know
Mm.
more about them. And today, it's a really great pleasure of mine to be able to introduce Mark. And Mark, oh my goodness, the amount of experience and um, the wisdom that you have that you bring to the platform. I'm just going to just quickly, if I can bring it up onto my computer without turning something off. Oh, there we go. Are we still there? Let me see. Sorry, but just bear with me.
Oh, that's all right.
Uh, it never
My
works.
dog gnarly hears you, so he's trying to bring you a toy.
Oh, is that your dog?
Yes.
Oh
You
my
have two
God.
dogs. This here's gnarly, dude. He just carried over a toy.
He's not a little puppy. What sort of dog is that?
That's a golden doodle. Yeah,
So
we
cool.
we have two of them.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Now they're trying to play.
Alrighty. So, Mark, I've just pulled up a comment that you wrote on the introduction to content creators. And you said
Hmm.
you've been helping business owners grow for 35 years, 35 plus years. I'm going to bring it down so that
Hmm.
it doesn't look like I'm talking into the air. Um, you were, let me see, you were in the military, 82nd
Hmm.
Airborne Paratrooper, which is
Hmm.
incredibly brave, jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say it's the smartest thing to do, but
Even when I didn't always want to, that's really well said. You previously owned a printing business,
hmm
a seminar consulting company, a
hmm
real estate closing company. That sounds very
hmm
exciting. Built a large sales team for a legal plan protection company and
hmm
a large internet marketing business that became an INC 5000 company. Did I say that right?
hmm Inc. 5000,
And
yes.
there you go, Inc. Wrote the book of how to position yourself as an obvious expert, which I'm
hmm
going to delightfully read that soon. You've been helping simplify using AI. Using technology can be overwhelming, is what you write here, and don't we know that? Um,
Hmm.
but if it's used right, it can save us time and money. So, and you say here, as content creators, it's still so important to have the human touch. So high tech, high touch. And I know,
hmm
Mark, you've actually have created a community and are about to launch tomorrow.
hmm The first,
Um,
November 1st. Yes.
and so
Yes.
I am super excited. I think I might kick that off as the very first question. Why school? Because
It's interesting how I came across Skool because I actually came across Skool about a year ago. Someone invited me into a training community, and I went into it and I looked around the room, if you will, just like if I had gone into a seminar. And there's maybe 15 people that were part of the community, if you will, but no one was home. And no one was participating, no one was engaging. And said, well, just if I went into like a hotel meeting seminar and no one was there, of course, I turned around and left.
yeah,
And that was my first experience to school. And I said, I don't understand why people would even, waste any time if no one's going to be there to participate and be part of the platform. And obviously, I didn't know there's many other communities. I didn't understand the whole platform, how it worked. And so I only got back into looking at it probably about 6 weeks ago, 6 or 7 weeks ago, and really I started hearing, I always try to keep my hand on the pulse of what's going on and changes in technology and everything. That's one of the keys to my success is always trying to stay ahead of the curve. And I heard about Skool a couple different places. Of course, saw a few of the now that they're running Facebook ads, saw a couple of the Facebook ads. I said, "There's more to this than what I saw a year ago." And so I started doing a deep dive and saw how many fascinating communities were not only growing and engaging, but just the ability to, as you just mentioned, being able to really connect with people, literally all across the world. And I was fortunate with my internet marketing company to get in when everyone was moving over from Yahoo, moving over to Google. That's one of the reasons why we did so well with that company is because I saw where Google was going, fortunately, before a lot of other people did. And we ranked one, two, and three organically for over 160,000 keywords on Google. Uh, Prior to figuring that out, we were paying basically $60 a click on Google. So you can imagine how much we saved by being able to figure that out. It took a little bit of time, a good year and a half to figure out how to rank properly on Google organically without having to pay $60 a click. But it paid off very well. And then when social media started coming out, I saw Facebook, I saw LinkedIn, I saw what was going on with more and more people being able to supposedly connect on these social media platforms. And we actually started a social media association back then. I think that was back in 2008, 2009 or something like that, as Facebook was just taking off. And unfortunately, I saw there was just too many charlatans, too many people that were saying who they were when they weren't, and it just became very too much noise, too much bad information too quickly that I decided just stay away from social media. The only thing I've done with social media over the last 10 or 15 years is have pictures up there for my kids and my family to see. Because even though I started going down that road, I just saw it was great for businesses that wanted to go and spend a lot of money on ads that wanted to attract, business that way. But I saw it as more of a money maker for, again, a big corporation versus really making a difference in community. And that's what I think has been lacking so much in our world. I've seen too many kids, including my own daughter, having anxiety, having too much even depression from what's happened on social media over the years. That I think has hurt us as a society more than helped us. And when I saw the Skool platform and saw this isn't about running ads, this isn't about, just the big corporation making all the money. This is truly people not only connecting, but helping each other, collaborating, and making it so that they can really make a difference, make an impact with what most important, what they're passionate about. Whether they're passionate about reading, whether they're passionate about help them create content, whether they're passionate about crocheting. There's so many different communities that are on Skool that I haven't thought of any passion that someone might have that I haven't found on Skool yet. And so it's so fascinating, so interesting that people really can go find their tribe. Because as a society, of course, we've gotten more and more away from most people don't even know their neighbors. Most people, they are becoming less and less connected, and especially as the baby boomers, of course, are all finding out that they spend all their time either raising their family or building a business that um, they just lost a lot of connections, if you will,
Mm.
whether people moved away or moved on, and being able to re-engage and help people really reconnect and this is just the very, very beginning. I believe this will be bigger than Facebook. I believe it'll be bigger than most of the other social media platforms. It's going to take some time, but it's going to be a way that we can bring people back together. I've run a meetup group for the last 3 years, a pickleball meetup group and a group that does other outdoor activities like cycling. And meetup is okay, but they just haven't figured it out for whatever reason. And they keep changing their platform and they keep making it so they actually went and tried charging members to be part of the meetups. I hope that noise isn't the dog's got the
It's not
squeaky
coming
going.
through.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's all right. I've got a dog
Wow,
next
it's my
door in
dog.
here.
Serenity wants to say hello as well. Sorry. This is
Oh, bless.
Serenity.
Oh my gosh.
So, anyways, I should have put him in the other room, but
It's
anyways,
all good.
I just believe to be on a soapbox here for a minute that the ability of what Skool can do. Obviously, it's going to go through the challenges. You're going to have some people that take advantage of the system as well. And so I just want to also get that message out there to anyone that's just coming on board as new members to any community. Um, you still got to be careful. You still
Mm,
got to connect with the right people and know who you're meeting with. Where I was going with this is I believe Meetup is going to become with what's happened with Meetup that hasn't worked. Skool's going to fill that void in the IRLs, where it's the live events that I know that they're going to start already have started going around the world, but it's going to become more and more common that we can bring people back together not only online but back face to face. I went up to the IRL up in Atlanta just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and it was an incredible event. I mean, people were there from all different genres, different niches that they had, and they were still all connecting. Is everyone's still feeling a great vibe, if you will, of feeling like they're all one of a whole, helping bring connection back and community back that's been missing for so much. And so I just believe that we're in a perfect storm, if you will, where since COVID, everyone's now used to being online,
yeah.
and so we can truly go from that high tech back to that high touch of people bringing everyone back face to face. I mean,
Mm,
they're going to have so many different live events going on around the country and around the world. I believe just over the next couple of years that it's going to make a major shift of people getting back to what life's all about.
yeah. Wow, that's so good. So tomorrow you're opening up your own community. So can you
November 1st. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
next
So in Australia,
Saturday.
I'm one day ahead of you. So
Oh, right, 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 right. Sorry.
So
Yes.
November 1st, let me just put it that way. You're starting up your community. And so with everything that you've said in mind, tell us a bit about this new community.
Yeah, I've been really doing a deep dive and looking at what's working in other communities, what's not working. I've joined way too many communities, but that's how you find out what's working and what's not working at the same time, right? And
Definitely.
a lot of those communities I'll stay involved with long term, and other ones I've already started to phase out because you got to be involved with a community that you want to be part of long term. That you can really contribute, engage, and have an impact.
Mm,
And I think that what I've observed just from my short term is involved with looking at all the different communities. Some communities are doing some great collaboration, but not many.
mm,
There's a real need for people. We're been so programmed, so used to now for I'll say forever, but really just for the last many decades that we're so used to working solo
mm,
uh, as an entrepreneur for a lot of people, unless you build a large company, that people just are so used to doing that everything alone. I contribute most of my success with collaboration.
mm,
I built large companies. We started out with small with one or two people, and we grew to 10 employees, 20 employees, 200 employees because we found other like-minded people or people that could help us go to the next level and collaborated together. Um, I think back to our seminar days when we promoted seminars over the country. We promoted everything from exam preparation seminars to consulting seminars and collaborating with Dan Kennedy, who's a major marketing guy. here in the States that a lot of people are familiar with. He was one of the first people we worked with helping put together a consulting manual and program that we co-authored with him and went around the country and impacted thousands of people of helping them start their own consulting practice. And could we have done that on our own? Sure. Would it have taken us a whole lot longer? Absolutely. And so that's what I'm excited about with what I'm putting out there with our new community is really I'm calling it School Gems, collab, ignite the fire, because when you can help people, there's so many people coming on the Skool platform that it's very easy to get overwhelmed or lost or go down the wrong road, if you will,
Mm.
where if they can just get a few good tips, if they can then learn that they can actually collaborate with other people even before they decide they want to start a community. So a lot of people are coming on the platform that aren't even really looking to start a community. Most people don't realize not everyone's there just to, see what they can go out there and create for a community. They might want to just learn how to be involved with how to create their own content without starting a community. And so, looking at how we can really connect people together, my book, The Obvious Expert, one of the key things was when we wrote this book, it's got 189 people that we had contribute to the book. In the sidebars, we have 189 sidebars through the book. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yep.
189 sidebars of whatever the topic was for that chapter. We have one of the leading experts in that area contribute their tips on that part. And so that's what made this book such a great book. And a lot of people actually, like Dan Kennedy, used it for his VIP, for his inner circle organization, and a lot of top people because of how we really included a lot of people, and it helped everyone. And that's what it's all about, right? To not just help yourself, but the more you help other people, the more it's going to help you grow.
Mm. I love that. So, what is the basic? So, what I'm hearing you say is this new community that you've got, it is about encouraging collaboration. So, it's
Hmm.
encouraging people, but giving them key people that will steer them in the right direction so that they're
Yes.
not just, holding on to some stranger's hand and, in fear and trepidation, but we're going to do this together because we're new here. Um,
Yes.
there's some wisdom in what you're doing. So, first of all, thank you on behalf of
Well,
all the
thank
newbies
you.
like myself out there. And look, honestly, this is a great time for me to actually give a shout out to Heather as well. That is on in the up there in the screen. Where am I? Over there.
Yes. Yes.
Because Heather, thankfully, was one of the first people that I connected with when I first joined Skool. And I certainly didn't have a clue. All I knew was, ooh, people are talking to me, engagement. Coming from Facebook after 6 years and the mindless scroll and the keyboard warriors and people that wanted to marry me, thank you very much. But like it's just been an absolute blessing to be able to connect both with you, Heather, and you, Mark, and to be able to ask you the hard questions, say, hey, can you give me a direction here? Like, where am I
Mm.
going with this? What do I need to do to set up my community? And and where do I start? Because, coming from my background, I've got lots of little ideas there, but
Hmm.
where do you start? And maybe that's the next question I need to ask you, Mark. Where does a new person start when they come to Skool? Like, obviously, come and check out your community, then
Well,
check out the
actually,
schoolers, the
it
library
really
at
is
Heather.
finding, I would say, at least 5 or 10 different communities that might be something that they have a passion about.
Mm,
And some of them might be great communities, and some of them might be communities that just aren't active anymore because there are some of those on the platform, of course.
yeah.
And you can easily just when you go and look at a community, one of the things I do is I go to the leaderboard to see how many people are engaging the last 7 days and the last 30 days to see how active the community is. Because that's one of the other things about Skool versus some of the other social media platforms is that it's easy to see who's authentic. You can not
Mhm.
only see, what communities are active, you can see who's actually actively engaging on a regular basis with the green squares when you look at your own activity, and you can look at anyone else's activity. You can see
All
what's really happening on the platform. When you see someone that's, unfortunately, there are some people out there that are taking advantage, in my opinion, of the situation. A lot of new people coming on board that they don't know what they're really supposed to be looking for, and they might get told someone can go help them start a huge community and have all kinds of members there in a nanosecond. And that person hasn't been active for the last, 2 or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or longer on the platform, but they're, trying to sell them something. And so, unfortunately, that's still out there. And just like with other social media sites, there's still I get DMs. It's not just the woman that get contacted by DMs saying, "Hey, come talk to me." And you look at their activity and you see they just joined the platform that day. So you know it's a bot, or you know it's someone that's trying to, get your information or what have you.
I
So
want to be
you
your
do have to,
friend.
yes, they want to be your friend.
Yeah.
So you do have to be careful like any other platform. But I find that when you can look at communities and see what communities are actually really engaging and which communities really have active members, and find 4, 5, or 10 of those depending on what niche you're looking in, and you can just learn so much by some communities I'll just do lurking for a week or two to see what's really going on, and other ones I'll just jump right into. I think I joined Heather's community, maybe it's probably been almost a week, but really just started engaging this last day or so, looking at Heather. You got just a great community.
Yeah.
You put a lot of great content into your school library, and I'd like to hear from you, Heather. What got you excited about starting the school library that you're doing so well with?
Uh, well, I sort of fell into it a little bit. I was looking actually to see how I could align Skool with the material of Bob Proctor that you know about, because
Mm,
I'm a consultant and I can teach his material, and thinking into results being his main course. But I couldn't quite figure it out. And it was getting annoying, and
mm,
I'm absolutely sick of social media. I am
hmm.
passionate about hating Facebook now. Just that's
That's
my
great.
passion. Um,
Yeah.
and I was, I'd seen the deal, and I had previously looked like you. Well, actually, at the beginning of the year, I had joined a community just to have a look around and see what was going on, and I didn't quite get it. And I think it was just the way it was set up.
Mm,
But I didn't understand the leaderboards. I didn't like the jumping through hoops to perform, or it just wasn't aligning with me.
mm,
Um, and my relationship with social media was going further down. So a friend of mine said, you really ought to get on Skool. They're doing this deal now. So, like a good deal. I thought, well, whatever, I'm going in. So I just went in there and I thought, well, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Absolutely no idea. Couldn't see how I could fit Bob's material in straight away.
mm,
I have
hmm,
ideas now, which will come in later, but
hmm,
this little voice in my head said, do your books. Just do your books.
mm,
You love your books. And I thought,
hmm.
actually, this is a really good idea. So it started off as the self help library.
Okay.
And then I posted a comment in Schoolers asking people there what were the books that had brought them success in their communities and in their businesses outside of school. And I just got this huge, never ending like Amazon list of books, that actually looks like my list of books that I want. Um, and so I changed it to the Schoolers Library, and it's
Mm,
just been great. I love it. It's all totally free, as you know. Um, but I love it because it holds me accountable to keep up with the material myself and to
yes.
keep it fresh and learn new stuff and to also remind me of, because now I'm at that different level of awareness, to go back and read something from that different level, that different perspective, and to take it more on board, put more into action, and help others to do that, because we're all very good at buying all these books
Yes, yes.
and reading them, but we're not very good at implementing. That's
Hmm.
what we say, the knowing doing gap. So that's my next stage anyway in the plan. So that's how I came to be here. And
Mm.
yeah, I've collabed with somebody as well, and
Hmm.
that's worked out, and we just fell into that, and that has
Hmm.
worked out perfectly, which has then really led me on to collabing with others in
Mm.
in sort of a supportive way as well, which is great. And once we
Yes,
all sort of settle in and have more time, we'll be able to, do more. But you're
yes.
right, collabing is, I think, the way to go here in Skool. It's
Hmm.
just inspiring, motivating. Um, it boosts your membership as well.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
you can, I say, cross contaminate. That's not the right one. But share the ideas, what's working
Cross-pollinate.
for one.
Cross
That's the
pollinate, maybe
one,
that's a
yeah.
bit kinder.
Yeah.
I love
But
it.
yeah, and it just works. Like I've just shared the idea about the coffee club.
Mm.
And that
I
was something
love.
that was, buried in a schooler's idea, like in a way past post. And I thought, oh my
Mm.
God, so good. Just revamp
Absolutely.
it and share it. And just sort of keep going around and sharing those things in amongst, because we're all, different communities, but we're all
Hmm.
here for the same reason.
Mm.
So
Yes.
so it's great, and that's what I love about it. It's just very encouraging, um, and I like that I can surround myself with people that get what I'm talking about,
Hmm.
about on the personal development side. And it's wonderful to have those conversations, instead of talking about something on Facebook and it's just crickets.
Yes. Yes.
Crickets.
Yes. It's interesting because one of the two things I've seen in my short time on schools, for whatever reason, there's a major amount of people that play chess and a major amount of people that are anti-social media. And I don't know what the two combine, how that happens to be what's been drawn to school the most, but um, I just find it intriguing that it's drawing people that really want to make an impact,
Mm.
people that have seen the challenges with what hasn't worked with the other social media sites, or felt that they couldn't. You can try and join groups on the other platforms, but they're just not as interactive and as engaging as what I've experienced, and I'm sure both of you have experienced on Skool. It's just so different. It's just so much more. It's refreshing.
Brilliant.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
sure is. Can I just ask you, probably Mark, just so we've got a list of do's, like if when you're a new person to school, do connect with people that go and check out your group for a start, or even here, Heather. So, and connect with people that are active on the platform. But one thing is for a challenge for me is like, even though I say I don't like the scroll mentality, is to
Mm,
catch yourself and don't be that person. Don't be that person that scrolls by without commenting or, putting a emoji. I was talking this morning with Casey, um, Stacey, about it doesn't take long just to put an emoji on a post, or like a thumbs up, just to say, hey, I've seen your material, I've seen your post, this is what I feel about it. An emoji says a lot of things, but be careful what one you choose, of course. It can say some negative things as well. But
yes.
really being present in the moment. And I think that there is a danger, I guess you can say, that you could easily slip into that scroller's mentality, because there are so many different communities.
Yes.
It's like letting a kid go in a candy shop. All of a sudden, there's like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that, and and
Yes.
then you've got many people in the scroll to go through. But do you have any advice on that side of things? Like, where do you put
Yeah,
your fun?
I do. I try to narrow it down to the communities I'm really passionate about, and that's of course personal development. It's health and wellness, and really making an impact. And so I try to align communities that meet those markers. And uh, because I'm so new to the platform, I've joined too many, like most people.
Big
And but it's very easy to start within a few weeks to narrow down what communities do you want to stay engaged with,
time.
because you really do connect with the community. You really do feel that vibe, if you will, of that you belong, that these are your people, and that's some people will find sooner and faster than others, depending on how much time they are on the platform. A lot of people work, and so they can only be on the platform maybe an hour or two a day, if that, or even only a half an hour a day. And so they might have to take longer to find that you know couple of groups that really they can make an impact. But if they can just find one group
Mm,
that they feel that they belong and that it's something they're passionate about, it's probably better than most other things out there.
mm,
As far as, what might be where they can really connect, um, not just with people in their own backyard, but literally all around the world. And that's I never seen possible on most other on anywhere else. And
mm.
so it's really I think depending on the person. Some people, like some of us, do deep dives into many books, and other people
Yeah.
read one book a year. So it depends on the person. It really does.
Awesome. Okay, so in saying that, what are some things that you would avoid? Absolutely avoid if in business, like
Yeah, it's
coming in.
the get rich quick mentality. It's and there's those people on Skool as well,
Yeah.
that paint a rosy picture that you're going to make all kinds of money by tomorrow,
Yeah.
and they like to hype you up, and they like to make all kinds of um, promises that here's all the success you're going to have by just taking my $1,000 or $2,000 course. And again, because the platform, you can see everyone's activity level and everyone's. I'm a researcher by that's I guess my superpower. I've been told that's my superpower by several people. I guess is I'm a massive researcher. And so when I can go in and see, well, those people that took their courses, their groups aren't even active anymore. They don't have any groups that are really successful that have taken their course. And most people aren't going to do that kind of research like I have. But it takes being just vigilant as far as going into just like anywhere else. In any town, you can go into a great part of town, and you can go to the wrong restaurant or the wrong place, and you realize you shouldn't be there. So it's just like any other city or country or any other area you might go to.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, there's no such thing as they get rich quick. Okay. I'm sure if someone says that you're going to get rich quick, run the other way. Let that be a
Yeah.
warning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get that. Now, can I ask you, what is your top 5 books for success that you have read? Because I know Heather is itching to ask this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I actually was just commenting on Jenna was just commenting who I think we all know in actually Heather's community her top 15 books, and my comment back to her is I couldn't narrow it down to the top 15 or even the top five. There's too many good
Okay.
ones. But I'll try.
It doesn't
I'm
have
going
to
to
be
go
in
back.
order.
Okay, perfect. Um, the first book I read that really put me on the path of personal development, and you got to, anyone that's read the book knows the title isn't what the book's about, and that's Think and Grow Rich. Because Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he studied the 500 wealthiest people in the world back in the 1920s, right after during the Depression era, and it was really rich in all areas of your life, not just financially.
Mm.
And the sad story is, of course, he died broke. So he didn't take his own advice, but people who have implemented a lot of the things, and it was all about truly personal development and getting on a personal development path. And so there's 99% of that book was really good stuff, and there was 1% you might want to leave somewhere else. But that was my first entry into personal development back when I was in the military. And um, Stop Worrying and Start Living, I believe, was the Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I'm telling you the classics because that's what I got started on.
Good.
Dale Carnegie was just a master at helping people build relationships and connection. And fortunately, I got to go to when I was very younger, just starting in business. I went through one of their training programs, which helped tremendously. Um, and then Getting into more modern day, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Jeff Olson did an incredible book with the Slight Edge, just improving 1% a day, just like compounding that penny a day. And Rich Dad Poor Dad, and again, it's not about rich financially. It's about knowing that you can get to wealth, and wealth isn't just money. It's having success, but the next level of success is significance. And when you can help people really grow in all areas of their lives, is what I think has really been an impact. Of course, Bob Proctor's book. Uh, Bob Proctor's got some great material. It's something that I'm going to go back to just one other book that was more of a book that really helped have a bigger perspective of the entire world, and that's Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. It's a very, very big book. I don't know if either one of you are familiar with it. Ayn Rand's book, Atlas Shrugged, was about the world being basically ran by large corporations or large uh, organizations, and then basically the people that were being demanded to run the railroads or run everything that ran the country got tired of being dictated by what they had to do and decided basically to just go off on their own island and not have to run the world anymore. And of course, that was an interesting story, but
Oh,
it was all about success, I guess, is what's been my because I grew up um, being able to see there's our family had a friend that was a billionaire, but of course our family had no money at all. and and so I guess because of that I saw, well, if someone else can get there, I guess I could get there. And that's what led me down. Okay, what do I have to do to get there? Um, I know that most people they don't understand it truly boils down to desire and belief, which is what they talk about in the book Think and Grow Rich, is desire and belief. And so it's really those books have impacted me the most. Have there been so many other books? Absolutely. There's been I've had up to about 1,000, probably just over 1,000 books at one time. So
Yeah, well,
I do collect too many books. But that's the beauty of when you can learn from someone else's life experience and not go through that hardship or those challenges, or if you are going through a hardship or a challenge, if you can read someone else's story to get out of that challenge. Another great book that I've talked about recently a lot and that I've read probably just about 10 years ago now is The Untethered Soul. The un Living Untethered, Michael Singer.
oh,
I'm not
yeah.
saying the title right. Michael Singer's book, and his other book, the Surrender Experiment.
And yeah.
Um, Such two incredible books, and he's only an hour from me here. He's up in the Gainesville, Florida area, so I was fortunate enough. I spend the winters down here in Florida and the summers up in New England. So when I'm down here during the winter, I try to get up to visit his place at least once or twice a year. So I was thinking of going up there this weekend actually. He does meditations and yoga and does talks a couple times a week up at his calls it the Temple of the Universe, which is all denominational, really unique experience that he truly walks. He walks his talk. He meditates literally every day. He really lives that life you read about in his books versus some of these other authors you find out that they don't quite live up to what they preach. So I'll try to. That's probably enough on that soapbox there.
I I've enjoyed this soapbox. Thank you so much. First of all, I just want to really acknowledge you for the person that you are. You are intentionally a giver, and I can see that. I can see that through your actions,
Mm,
connecting people, and I really do believe that like attracts like.
hmm.
And you are drawn to people that are similar to you, and I'm so grateful that our paths have crossed, and I'm grateful for
Yeah.
Heather because I believe that our path might have crossed on her page. And
Okay.
you know, I just if anything that's come out of today's meeting is that don't be afraid to make a noise and ask a
Mm,
question and reach out and take advantage of some of these offers on these pages when people are offering a free meetup. Um,
hmm.
yeah, make that off, like take that offer, make the time
Absolutely.
and just block out time and be open to the learning and the discovery that is all things school because oh my goodness, it is a
Mhm.
rich experience if you're willing to put the time in.
Well,
And
the one other thing I wanted to just mention and cover is really your creator community because things are changing so fast with technology. I am involved with as you mentioned at the beginning, AI and what's
Mm,
going on. And I put a post in your community this afternoon about the big world tour Canva just had announcing 9 new features that they came out with. That's anyone that's a creator that I mean, I just happen to I use Canva, I have for 2 years, and so I just happened to be on their list and had it on my calendar to check out their world tour today. I was just blown away.
right,
Is quite the for I've never seen a company that's done a product announcement or release launch like they did today. It's a live band there. It's like almost like a show.
right.
That was really cool. I put the link to it on your community
Oh, thank
page.
you.
That anyone that's a creator should definitely check that out because it's something that just like every other platform is growing and changing so fast. I think Canva's in the forefront for creators. And now they just partner with almost all every other major AI platform as well. That they are definitely staying in the forefront for anyone that wants to create content. And they really talked about how you'll see it in the presentation and in their replay how they actually showed us we've gone through the information age, and we're now going from the information era, we're now going to the imagination era. And the way they presented that, and the way, if anyone really understands everything that's going on with changes, not only with AI, but all these other platforms, like what's out now happening with Skool, where people from anywhere in the world can now get their message out there. And that's the one last thing I want to just share, is that everyone has a great story within them. And so if they can now have a platform to get their story out there and connect more with other people that can resonate towards that story, and we can help each other share their stories, just think about the kind of change we can make.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Well, I
thank you.
think that is a perfect way to end our interview today. And again, thank you so much. Thank you, Heather, for joining us as well today.
I've loved it. Thank you. I'm still croaky.
It
That's
was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm excited. I really am excited to see what happens now.
Mhm.
And our next steps for the following weeks to come. And I'm looking forward to your release as well, your community opening up, Mark.
Yes.
And Heather's got some things that she's working on as well. And
Great.
some new things are coming up. So it's very exciting. And thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. We'll see you in the communities.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 I'll just stop that. Um, there we go.